Strong leadership is vital to the success of any organization. And in a military context, where lives and national security are often quite literally on the line, it is absolutely critical.
So what does leadership mean to us in the New Zealand Defence Force, and how do we implement it? In 2012, we set out on our own mission to pinpoint exactly that, asking a diverse cross-section of NZDF personnel across all ranks, roles and geographical locations what good leadership looked like to them.
Their insight and experience was invaluable in helping us define our vision of what successful leadership looks like moving forward. Put simply, our extensive engagement concluded that the way we lead and behave is driven by our ethos of being accountable for our actions and serving New Zealand loyally, honourably and with pride. Leadership is woven through the fabric of our organisation and is embedded in our core values, our culture and our unique identity. It's who we are, directed by our guiding trinity of command, management and leadership.
A key element of that guiding trinity, leadership entails the ability to influence, motivate, and enable others to contribute to our effectiveness and mission success in an ethical manner. A good leader is able to fulfill all three of these roles, using their strategic self-awareness to enhance relationships and achieve a successful outcome, whatever the situation.
But don't think these leadership roles are just for senior officers. They apply to all personnel in the Defence Force, regardless of rank, seniority, uniform, or whether you're a civilian or reservist. In other words, they apply to you.
To make things easier, we've established a leadership framework made up of 6 key elements which capture the essence of how we lead. These key elements and essential tasks apply to all personnel in the Defence Force. The key elements comprise of living our ethos and values, thinking smart, having a positive influence on others, developing teams, developing a positive culture, and all the while maintaining mission focus.
To help you achieve all these in practice, we've also distributed these elements across 7 levels of leadership. These levels are not just based on your rank, but more critically, your actual role and position. Your own personal journey towards leadership development, if you like. First is lead self, followed by lead teams, lead leaders, lead systems, lead capability, lead integrated capability, and finally, lead organization as a whole.
At each level, you are expected to lead by demonstrating the 6 key elements that we discussed earlier. As you make your way up, you'll need to master new skills and show new competencies, all the while bearing in mind and continuing to apply what you've already learnt. Under each key element are essential tasks and a set of behaviours that leaders must demonstrate at their own level, and your peers, supervisors and subordinates expect of you.
There's a lot of detail to remember. Lead self alone has over 80 different behaviours to master. At the next lead teams level, this increases to over 200. And by the time you reach the highest lead organisation level, we're talking over 500 behaviours.
That is a lot, but don't worry. You won't be expected to remember every one of them. To make this easier in daily practice, we have summarised the expected behaviours into 4 specific value adds to focus on at each level, except at the highest level, where there are 5.
These value adds represent the unique value you bring at your current level of leadership. Understand and apply them, and you will be successful. They also show what success looks like at the level above, enabling you to understand what you will need to do differently in order to move up. This framework provides us all with a pathway to leadership. To make the system work, however, you'll have a 3-phase leadership development system to support you.
As you transition to a new level or role, you'll enter the orientation phase, an opportunity to get to grips with the systems and structures of your new role. This can last from 90 days prior to 6 months after you enter the role. After this, you'll enter the build phase, a 6 to 18-month period where you start to feel on top of things, fully understand the role, and begin to really deliver on it.
Lastly, you'll move into the advanced phase, the time that you've really hit your stride and are not only proficient in your new skills, but also able to teach those around you. This is the time you should also be looking to stretch yourself and start orientating to the next level.
It does look complicated, but don't worry. The good news is you'll be supported all the way by other leaders within the force, whose role is to coach and mentor you, just as you'll be expected to do for others.
We refer to this as the 10-20-70 model. 10% developing your leadership skills through courses, 20% through coaching and mentoring, and 70% through practical on-the-job learning and experience.
So you see, the responsibility isn't all on your shoulders. It's about teamwork. Leaders developing leaders. We can promise you some tough challenges ahead, but the rewards of your leadership journey don't just bring success for you. They bring success for your unit, organisation, service, and NZDF as a whole. We're all important. We're all leaders. Influencing, motivating, and enabling.
It's what helps make the New Zealand Defence Force such a strong and special organisation, and a true force for New Zealand.